Welcome back to Carl Cannon Coliseum. This is Greg Tinker along with a very happy head coach of the Lady Vikes, Kellye Bowen. Coach Bowen, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Number 7 takes down number 4. And I said during the broadcast, I said maybe we'll flip now. Maybe we'll be 4 and they'll be 7.
Well, the new ones I think came out. Somebody grabbed me on the way in. I think they were 6 and we went up to 8 after our loss to Hazel Green last week.
Okay, well, maybe we'll trade places then and be 6.
Yes.
But anyway, congratulations on the win. I know it's a big one because when you're ranked and you're playing a ranked opponent, and then having the student body here was a whole lot of fun to have all of them in the building. So just talk about the whole kind of atmosphere of today.
I think it was a great experience for our kids. They work extremely hard. So to see support, especially like our admin, like that means a lot to our kids. We work just as hard as anybody else in this building.
Sure.
And they work hard, and the kids brought it today. Like the fans, they were definitely a difference maker. But we were a little nervous in that first set. We had to dial it in, but we kind of settled in after that.
You did. It showed. You know, we hit some serves that were long, and it was obvious that we were feeling the pressure a little bit. But, as you said, settled in. And the thing that I noticed is that you have some specialists on the team in terms of your rotations. Talk a little bit about that, about the contribution of those girls that maybe aren't out there when you start the contest, but you rotate them in. Talk about their contributions.
Yeah, I mean, we have 8 different lineups that we can throw out there. Just trying to see who matches up with who the best and who's on that day and who's not. I mean, if you look at my game plan, we have, 5 different alternate lineups to go to, and today we did. People stepped up, and, that's the thing with all of our kids, all of them can play. It's not like, oh, well, this person's just on the bench, just because, whatever. But they all can play. They all contribute. Whether they don't play, 100% of the time, our bench energy, they do a really good job. But Coach Vice keeps me dialed in over there, telling how many subs I have left and who goes in where. So she does a great job behind me.
Well, it takes that effort from everybody to be a championship team, and you guys now 19-4 on the season after today's match win. So when you're in the flow of the game, and there are adjustments that need to be made. What are some of the finer points? Let's just say number 10, the big lefty for Homewood, the good hitter. So she hurt us in that first set in particular, but it seemed like after that, not so much. So what's the adjustment that has to be made to take that away?
Well, we kept serving away from her. Depending on where she was going, depending on which steps she took first, I was watching. If she stayed in the middle, if she went to the right side. We were just trying to get the ball away from her, and we gave her line instead of taking her line. So that was a big adjustment that we had there. And then our servers kept them off balance. But they're a great team. They're well coached. I told them before the match that her teams are always really good at serving and keeping us off balance. But my kids adjusted. And look, I couldn't be more proud. It's for us. We made the adjustment. I call it the bigs lineup. We kind of go in and out of that lineup. But they did a really good job adjusting to that. But yeah.
I felt like after that first set, when we regrouped and we got it back together, so to speak, that the pressure shifted to them, and they made some uncharacteristic mistakes that they didn't make in the first set, like serving into the net, hitting the ball long. So do you attribute that to the fact that we getting together and not making mistakes ourselves put the pressure on them to make mistakes?
Yeah, one of the things that we try to do is make them call the first time out. That's one of our big things. And, and starting fast and, not making, emotional, points. And, like, if you have a block, not going back and missing your serve, that's a 2-point swing. If you block, keeping your momentum, especially in volleyball, is a huge deal. I thought our out of system was very good. Our medals were up in transition, so we kind of kept Emma did a really good job running the offense. I was actually, when we were walking up here, I said people probably thought I was crazy because, I was having to yell to get across what we were trying to do because it was so loud in here.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a fun atmosphere for sure. Well, one of the things that we observed in the contest is that if you get in volleyball a 3 or 4 point run, especially a 5-point run, you're probably going to win the contest.
Yeah.
And so we were able to do that at different points through different servers. I thought Mia Harbin did a really good job serving today, and then Kellye did a good job hitting. But really, I don't understand. I don't know anything about this much, and you do.
Yeah.
But Isabella Roper in the middle just seemed to be a difference maker through especially the first 2 sets that you won, and then Anna Claire Gann.
Katie Claire,
Katie Claire Gann in that 4th set in particular. So I just love the fact that there were these different girls contributing at different times, but Isabella in the middle really seemed to have a good day.
She did. She's had a really good week, and so has Kellye. They had a really good weekend in Tennessee, and they've really been working hard. And it's not always how you start, but how you finish the season, and everybody's fighting for that playing time. That's to me what makes a great environment for our gym every single day. And the real thing is that they love each other, and they're really close. We got 8 juniors, and so they can do something special. I mean, it's just up to them. It's like I tell them. I said, I can't play. Y'all got to get each other accountable, and once y'all figure that out, then it's in your hands.
So give us a little bit of a look down the road. I know you still got a lot of volleyball left, but how's your region in terms of strength?
Our second, like if we were to win area, we still, Mormon Jordan, they gave us a great contest at their place. We have them next Tuesday, but if we, host and win and all the things, I think we have Oxford, the first round is the first round, and then the second round is Buckhorn or Hazel Green. So that's, we try to schedule as tough as possible just to prepare for that.
Sure.
I think our kids have answered the bell, recently, and I gave them a day off tomorrow and they all, screamed. So it's, they earned it, and, I'm excited to see like where we go. This is where, you kind of figure out who can do what in big environments,
Sure.
And I always try to tell them err on the side of aggressive, some kids did and some kids didn't, and that's fine. But, we're going to keep pushing, and we're going to keep, putting them in those situations in practice.
Well, we're definitely not timid. I like that about it.
Yeah.
Not timid. And Emma's one of those who's definitely not. So I guess we're going to speak with her. But Coach Bowen, congratulations. You're continuing the tradition here of great volleyball, and we're very glad that you're here in our town and at Jasper High School, and we're looking forward to big things on down the road.
Well, thank you.